Okay, where was I? Part two. I can't stress enough talk to them on the phone. And listen to what they're saying. Maya Angelou has a quote: "When people show you who they are, believe them. People will make mistakes if they're lying." I had a guy one time years ago, and he's telling me, just kind of almost like a life story, like, well, then and this, and when I was this, and he was missing his dates wasn't adding up. He was missing time, and I was just like, I know it sounds crazy. I actually at one point used to jot down some of the things that they said because then if I came back again and we would revisit the conversation, which I would always make sure that I revisited the conversation because I do that anyway because I listen and it shows interest and it's a way to kind of and if the story is completely different, then that's a flag. You got to watch out for your red flags. Like I said, listen to everything. Listen to the background noise when they're talking. Look at the times that they call you. If they're only calling you, 11 o'clock at night, what's going on? Are they in their car? If you can't call them, outside of work time, like I happen to know that the guy that I'm talking to, he works all day, but I can text him anytime I want. Um, I can text him anytime I want, and he'll answer me when he can, because he drives a truck. So but if I call him, I don't have to like last night I called him, it was like 10 o'clock. I didn't have to be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't call him. I just called. I didn't ask him. I just called. Now, if he had answered the phone kind of like, oh, why you calling me now? Then I would have been like, well, why not? I didn't put any restrictions on when you can call me. So those are the kind of things you have to look for. A lot of times they get away with a lot of this stuff now because of cell phones. People have a house phone and a cell phone. I have a house phone. I don't give out my house phone number because I don't answer my house phone. I'm not trying to be deceptive, but if somebody's living with somebody, they may only give you their cell phone number, and that's kind of hard. But then you got to find that out. That's just, I mean, it's the same thing if you met the guy in the street and he gave you his cell phone number. When you meet up with them, meet up someplace where you know. Okay. Big cities are different because there's lots of places to meet, there's lots of people, but just make sure it's a place that you know how to get home from there. That if you don't have a car, like if you're in the city, you take public transit. I don't know because I never drove to the city. But if you drive in, that you are parked in a place that when you come out of that place, it's still well lit and populated. So that when you get ready to get in your car, if you don't feel like giving that kiss, you can just go, oh, okay, and get in your car. And this 12 pop, it's well lit. It's not like in a place where it's abandoned and you can get aggressive. I do the nice guys get aggressive. They get beside themselves sometimes. So make sure that you know the place. If possible, get there early so that you can stake your seat out and you can kind of have your calm so you know where you are and you can be to greet them. When you're talking to them again, just keep listening. If they won't look you in the eye, that's a problem. When I look at people, when I talk to people, I look them in the eye. If they won't look you in the eye, I would have, use your gut. Feel what's in your gut. I'm in my 40s. If you're young in your 20s, your gut may not be developed yet. But if your woman is my age or close, you got a gut. You wouldn't get this far without having a gut. You know what you know what you know. Let somebody know where you are going. Let somebody know where you're going. It doesn't necessarily mean that something may happen to your parents, but something just may happen to you. Just let somebody know. I let somebody know where I'm going no matter what I'm going. And here's another little tip. Know his last name. Because if you know his last name, you can go on Spokio or one of the other sites and you can find out his address and his telephone number. Or at least his address. You can find out where he's lived. If he's lived in 15 different places and he's 20, if he's lived in 25 different, 30 different places and he's 50, and he's not an army guy and he didn't mention this to you, okay? Expect that he would do the same to you. Expect that. Um, we live in an information age here. I googled my friend and I found out where he lived, and I have his address, I have his telephone number, and it's on my refrigerator. If I go out and I don't come back, or something happens, that's the person I was with. And that's initially till you get to know them. You have to be smart. I'm not saying you have to be paranoid, But be smart. We think that we can't go out with, you have a, if you meet a new girlfriend, or you like get classy, like we're gonna meet up, you don't think you have to do that, but there's a lot of people crazy, and it might not even be him. It could be his baby mama or his ex-wife or somebody, or if he's not, so just have your ducks, have your things in line, and then relax and enjoy it, because some people like to date multiple people at the same time, and that's fine for the each person know, to try to keep them straight. That would be my problem. I wouldn't be able to keep them straight. And I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember you told me, and it would be something that somebody else told me. I won't be able to keep them straight. So make sure that if you're gonna date like that, because I'm an honest person. I'm almost too honest. I tell a lot. I would tell them that I'm dating more than one person. I mean, it's just, I'm dating around. It just comes up in the conversation. I'm, hey, how you doing? I'm dating more than one person. But just in the conversation, it will come up. We just kind of decided that right now that we're going to see. He's like me in that sense that he dates one person at a time. And he's been dating a lot, and so he's content with just seeing where this goes. Um, but just enjoy yourself. I'm not really a big proponent of making going crazy with the, oh, he's got to take me out, it's got to be this most fancy restaurant, he's got to spend this money. I don't, I'm not a proponent of that in this economy, because everybody's struggling, and if I can get and have a nice dinner with him at Applebee's, then I can have a nice dinner with him at the Four Seasons. It doesn't, where we are and how much money he spends on me does not show me how nice he is. Making him spend all his money on me within the first 3 months of us meeting is not going to show me what he's going to be like 3 years down the line. His character is going to show me that. So I'm not really into the whole, sweep me off my feet, take me, wine me, dine me, take me. That's nice, has its place. But when you're realistic and you understand who you're dealing with, and where, this guy that I'm seeing, dating, whatever, he makes a nice living. He also has a house. He also has two children that are under 21. So he has to, I'm assuming, he hasn't told me this, he has to pay child support. They don't live with him. Well, one of them kind of lives with him. He also has a motorcycle and a truck. I would rather him have some money to take me on a vacation in a year than to have him whining and dining me this week, next week, buy me presents and all that. I'd rather him be able to, help me pay a bill at some point later on in our relationship if it goes to that. So use your judgment with that. I'm not really into the whole, you gotta. Matter of fact, I bought my first drink because he wasn't there yet, and he put money up on the bar, and it wasn't. I'm not into that. Oh, he's got to pay for me because that's what happened. Not so much. I have been on dates where I have been champagne, whatever I wanted. Let me buy you a gift after, and they were the biggest jerk that God ever made in the earth. So just because he spends a lot of money on you does not make him a good guy, and just because he doesn't spend a lot of money on you makes him a good guy. What makes him a good guy is what's inside. And don't be afraid to go out with the guy that's the blue collar worker. Don't be afraid to go out with the landscaper or the construction worker. So what? It's a job, I mean, he works for UPS, and he probably makes more money than I'll make in the next 2 years. He's been there for 22 years. He's not freight, but he's between the brown guys and the freight guys. So he's got a pension, he's got everything in there. I mean, I'm not gonna turn my nose up at a hard working man. I don't care what you do. You could don't turn your nose up at the mechanic. You never know, because the attorney might be a jackass. He might have 25 women that he's dating. You don't know. So don't be so superficial as to say, well, if he does this, I'm not going to. He has to have this, and he has to have this, and he has to take this, and he has to have a house, and he has to have this. You ain't in that kind of life anymore. You're not in that kind of life. And if you're in that kind of life, then that's cool. Then you know what? Get off. Go to the rich dating site. Go. I'm just giving you the basic online dating 101 tips for dating in this age, in this age, at this age. Everybody doesn't have to be gorgeous. I'm not gorgeous. Look at this. I mean, and he's seen a picture of me looking like this. He knows I wear my wig, so he doesn't care. I don't, one of my subscribers put on there that she was 43 when she met her current husband. They met 14 years ago, and they've been married 12 years, and he loves her flaws and all. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody to love me, flaws and all, and just to kind of take the ride with me. That's it. So anyway, those are my dating tips. I'm a little bummed out because he called me this morning and I was asleep and I didn't answer the phone. But I don't get to talk to him because probably not for another couple of hours because unless he gets on a stretch where he can talk, I won't be able to talk to him. But we did text, so it was good. I have to study. I was told this morning that my job is definitely there's a definite guaranteed job for me if I pass. So I have to start studying and making sure that I do pass. Um, but anyway, if you have any more questions or feel free to give me a video response, tell me your experiences with online dating. I'm not recommending any site. I'm telling you though that I will not, and only once have I ever paid for a site, and I only did that for 1 month. I will not pay to meet somebody. I'm not doing that. Any of this, all these sites that ask you to pay, they have all these little built-in things to keep you on the site. So like links and all, you can't send a message, you can't read it unless you pay. And I'm like, I don't have time for all that. I'll give somebody my email address and say, email me and let's email. And then I'll find out from there whether I want to go any further. But don't let that, be careful with letting that faceless communication, faceless communication go on too long. Because it's very easy to spin a tail and spin a web and get caught up in it when you're not actually talking to the person or seeing the person. Okay, so everyone have a wonderful Friday. I'll be on later maybe. I gotta put my new wig on, so I'll probably come on and show you that. And I love you all. Namaste.